Join us today as we solve Grandma's cupcake crisis with Oh my gosh, you did it?
No, I need 24, so I need 8 more. I need 8 more.
Okay.
Can you get them to me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But here's the thing. I really like that orange icing that you made. Can you make it, will it be exactly the same? Because I want them all to have the same cupcake.
Oh yeah, we've got a trick up our sleeves. You know what it's called, Grandma?
No.
Ratios. So, you might be wondering how we are going to use ratios to solve our cupcake crisis. Or maybe you're just wondering what ratios are and how we use them in general. Let's start from the beginning. Ratios are simply a comparison of two or more quantities. Today we will focus on two different types of ratios, part-to-part ratios and part-to-whole ratios. For example, if I asked you what the ratio of red gummy bears was to white gummy bears, the answer would be 1 to 3 because there is 1 red gummy bear and 3 white gummy bears. So we would write our answer as 1 to 3. If, however, I asked you what the part-to-whole ratio is, the answer would be 1 to 4 because there is 1 red gummy bear and 4 total gummy bears. Now let's focus on how we write our ratios. There are 3 different ways we could write our ratios. We have odds notation where we use a colon. So we write it as 1 to 3. We have fractional notation where we use a fraction form, 1 to 3. And lastly, we have word notation where we simply write the word 2 in between our numbers, 1 to 3. Studying our 1 to 3 ratio further, we recognize that it is in simplified form because we cannot divide it down any further. We can, however, multiply the terms by 2 to create equivalent ratio of 2 to 6. This is considered an equivalent ratio because for every red gummy bear, we still have 3 white gummy bears. If we divide the terms back by 2, we will return to our simplified form of 1 red gummy bear for every 3 white. So, how are we going to use ratios to make pumpkin orange icing like we did before? Let's consider the information we have. We originally made 16 cupcakes. When we iced the cupcakes, we used 1 tub of icing. In that 1 tub, we put 18 drops of yellow and 12 drops of red dye. That makes our ratio of yellow to red drops 18 to 12. We can then divide each term of the ratio by 6 to get the simplified ratio of 3 to 2. This means that for every 3 yellow drops we put in, we put 2 red drops. We had 18 total yellow drops and 12 red drops. So this is what it looked like in our first tub of icing. This time we only need a half a tub of icing because we are only making 8 cupcakes, which was half of the 16 cupcakes that we originally made. We will want the ratio of yellow to red drops to be equivalent to 3 to 2, like 18 to 12 was in the first batch. However, we need there to be half the drops there were in the first batch. Therefore, we want to take the original ratio of 18 to 12 and to divide it by 2 to get the equivalent ratio of 9 to 6. This means that for every 9 drops of yellow that we put in, we will have 6 drops of red. Going to look like this. So this is what our final half tub of icing will have inside of it to make the exact same pumpkin orange icing that we had before. Let's put this to the test.